Action. Well, good morning everybody. I figured I would do a post-crash video / post-PB with the other car. We did alright with that car. So yeah, here's the buggy. We didn't do too bad, honestly, for what happened. We did break the top of the shock tower. We bent this axle right here. See if we can get that on camera. Right down at the... Probably can't, there we go. Maybe see that now. Okay, so that axle's bent. Busted the shock tower. What else was there? Honestly, that might be it. I think that was it, other than I lost one of my parallel batteries. Oh, and then I chunked a foam. So I'll have to pick up another set of 2 foams, but whatever. Where's it at? Yeah, this one took a good beating. So the side got rashed up pretty bad, and then we took a big old chunk out of the top there. Is that the spot? Maybe that's not even the wheel. Oh yeah, it is the wheel. There it is. Big old chunk out of there. Honestly, that might ride, but I'll just buy a couple foams. What is it, like 15 bucks for a set? And then what I think I'm gonna do is go back to square one with this buggy. I never had any problems with lift or flip with this buggy until I put this tray on here. So, yeah, that tray's coming off there. I'm gonna go back to a single battery. And I think I can still get this thing 100 with a single battery. It might not have been the plate that caught air and made it flip. I think, well, I mean the plate, but not the plate necessarily catching air. I think what happened is the plate, you could hear it in the video, and I say something in the video. Oh yeah, it pulled all the screws out of the spoiler mount too. So I'll have to fix that too. Anyways, I think what was happening is that the plate was catching on the runway. There are cracks across that runway. It's not perfect, but it's just nice and long and open. I think the plate caught and the car bounced, you know? It caught, bounced, and that's when it picked up air and, you know, flipped. And then, I mean, what happened was this battery right here, this mess. Okay, so it is dangerous. I mean, we shut the camera off as soon as I saw smoke, and I haven't ran that fast in a long time. But I grabbed the fire extinguisher and I took off like I was taking off for one of my kids. But so this is what's left. This is what batteries do when they short out against each other, or they scrape against the concrete and short out against each other. Same thing. So that one's down. At least I got some nice A-gauge wire out of the deal, huh? This one fared okay. It did get scraped a little bit on the pack, but it didn't break open, and it's not swelling or nothing, so this one's good. I'm going to tape that up. It did rub a little spot in the ground wire there. Once again, I'll just slit this back and I'll heat shrink it or tape it up. This battery will be fine. I almost think maybe this is the battery. I'll just run this pack. This is a C&HL parallel series. It is a 90C. I know that's not the 120 and above that we're trying to push all the shit we can through these, but this is a quality battery, so it might end up just being this single battery underneath the buggy body for this car next time we see it run. It's gonna be a minute. We gotta order parts from Relarlo. I could put some WL Toys parts on this, I suppose. I could get the metal shock tower instead of the Relarlo one, but if I'm gonna have to get a hold of Relarlo to get the CV in the front, which I think we have to because of the sides, I might as well just buy a shock tower while I'm on there. Save shipping, get a bunch of stuff. I might even order another body, an Armorall, however they say it. One of those and go back to that body. Although, actually, what I'm really thinking about doing is I've been having such good success with the yellow car with this body. This is what sounds so wicked when it's going by at 100 plus. You'll see, check this out. Yesterday on the 104 run, it melted the battery lead. It got so warm, melted the battery lead into the body. You can see it there. Anyways, what I was saying, what I might do is I might scale this up in my software up to fit 112 instead of 114 and put one of these on this car as well. This has proved to be super aerodynamic. Okay, well, there's what I'm going to do with that car. So back to square one on that one. I won't give up on it, but now this car. I really didn't expect, I wasn't even going to bring this car yesterday because the last time I had this car, I'll show you what I did. I didn't, I filmed it, but I didn't put it online just because it, it wasn't special. I didn't see no point. I guess you guys like the content and whatnot, but so I had gone back to the Hulk Hogan body, as the Sailor Boys call it, and I just chopped a hole for the ESC, right, just to make room, make that go down on there. I figured this is lighter than my 3D printed body by not a whole lot, but a bit. I figured light is what I wanted. I wanted to get weight off the machine, trim it up, and it would go faster. Well, to tell you the truth, whether it was the other battery that I was using or it was this car did 89, everything it had with this body on it. So yesterday, before my runs for the orange car, I said, well, what the heck, we'll slap this car back together, I'll put the green body back on it, and we'll go make a run. And what did we do? We did, 99 plus. So I think I'm going to scale this up for the other car. Okay, so now I think this car is down to, though, that last pass, the 104 that you saw, it got to the end of the runway there, not the end, but the end of my run, and it was just cogging, basically. I still had steering, but it was cogging. So I shut the camera off, I ran down there and grabbed it, and you saw I fired it back up and show you the speed just because I was super pumped and pissed about it at the same time, right? Now later on, probably about 20 minutes after that, after I quit filming, I let this cool down and I tried to fire it back up, and I'm pretty sure it was just cogging again. So I'm actually going to do that right now. We're going to fire this up and see if it's still doing all the cogging crap. If it is, then I cooked something. We'll have to find out whether it been the ESC or the motor, or maybe I'm just having maybe I desoldered a bullet connectors, because that's almost what it's acting like, just like when you have a loose motor wire, how it wants to. You can tell it's getting power, but it doesn't, it can't communicate. So let's do that real quick. I got the controller here. It's still on WL Toys model. Let's plug it in. See, the ESC seems to fire up. We have steering. I'm going to wiggle these power wires real quick, just check them, although I did this at the airfield and I didn't really get a lot of change. I do feel I got one here that's kind of loose, but it's connected. Let's see what it does. Yeah, we got something going on. That's what it was doing. And then I gotta order some dog bones. I've got one right up here in this front that's got a little bit of bend in it. See that? Oh man, it must be from my crashes previously, and I just didn't notice it. You know what? It looks like this one has a slight wobble to it too. This one's the worst. We'll see if we can get you in here for that. That one's pretty bad. Can't see it with the diffuser in the way there. But that's about the nicest one out of the group, is that one there. Well, anyways, we're down. So what I'm going to do here then, guys, is I'm probably going to shut the camera off. And I'm going to figure out what's going on. I'm just going to probably plug another motor in first and see what happens there. That'll at least tell me, okay, there's something wrong with the connections or the motor, if the ESC will spin a different motor. If it won't, then I know I finally cooked the old Sky RC Toro, which I kind of doubt. This thing has been bulletproof. And that's because it, unlike Castle, where we can turn off our thermal protection, this you can't. This older model, they do not let you switch off thermal protection, not even with a program card. They won't let you do it. So I'm assuming this is probably fine. It cooled down, it's good to go. I may have more than likely short-circuited the windings in the brushless motor itself, is probably what happened. I mean, it was like $25 on Amazon, so kind of cost of what you pay for. If that is the case, I'll tell you what, I'm going Castle 1406, probably. Yeah. Okay, well, thanks for watching, guys. Wish me luck, better luck for the next run on this guy once I figure out what's going on with it. Any input on that car, this car, anything that you guys think that could help me, you know, if you don't mind sharing information. Apparently some of these guys are, well, anyways, never mind. We don't all want to share information and be nice with each other, apparently. Yeah. Well, I think that's about all I got to say. I think I rest my case. I said my piece. Thanks for watching, guys. Thanks for commenting. And I'll see you again when I get this all fixed up and we'll go for another run. It's going to be a minute on the MX. Later. Alright, guys, well, we're back. I've gotten another motor. You know, funny enough, actually, Mike, if you see this, this is the one that you just put in your boomerang. I've had this for a minute. Well, actually, this is the kit I was telling you in the comments that I had for like 2 years that I bought, and the ESC was super laggy. But this is that same motor. Regardless of that, so I've got a motor plugged into the bullets. I did not, you know, take off the heat shrink or inspect any of those connections yet. But we're getting the same thing. Oh wait, now we're not. Well, that was different for a second. Okay, well, now we are. You see, it just wants to kind of jerk around and do the same thing it was before. It did just rip for a second there, though, didn't it? So, it might be one of my connections down here. Maybe? Let's try wiggling one. Nope. This one? No? Okay. This one, maybe? No? Okay. One of these. No. Oh. Nope, nothing. Okay, this one. Nope, nothing. Try this one. Oh, that one came up. Okay, hang on. Same thing. Okay, well, there you have it, guys. I don't think there's anything wrong with the motor. I think the motor's going to be fine and should make another pass. I will dig into this ESC. I'm going to pull my motor wires all off, check my solder connections here, probably redo them and try again, and I'll let you know how that goes. See? Okay, guys, I found my smoking gun here. I started peeling all my heat shrink off, and well, maybe not pretty, you know, don't judge. We're not all, you know, perfect solderers, force, whatever you're gonna say. That one not going anywhere. That one not going anywhere. That one not going anywhere. But when I started peeling off the heat shrink for these, which once again not perfect, but not going anywhere, not going anywhere, and then oh, you literally just watched me drop that in my coffee. You gotta be kidding me. Be right back. Okay, so now that I got that out of there, tastes fine. I'll survive. I'm sure I'm drinking worse. Anyways, now that I've had my nice solder coffee, there we go. There's our smoking gun. That bullet desoldered on that 104 mile an hour run because it got so warm. You'll have that. Alright guys, I'm gonna get this all fixed up, and we're gonna see over 99 with that car hopefully, and I'm gonna drive it back. So yeah, thanks for watching. I'll see you then.